you've chased can put you full faith in may not be real at all. All that you've chased can put you full faith in. All that you've chased can put you full faith in. All that you've chased can put you full faith in may not be real at all.
Please come back. Okay, guys, come on. I need you here for the intro. Put my content bitch down. So, a question. Come on, sit down. Come on, feel comfortable. Okay, so my question is, what did you think about the video?
It was dope.
Amazing.
That sounded so fake. I'm gonna be telling you how I made that effect, both filming part and editing part, and let me tell you one thing. It's much easier than you expect it to be. So, let's start with the tools you need. For my shoot, I was using a gimbal, the camera, and an intervalometer, but you don't necessarily need the gimbal and the intervalometer. All you need is basically a camera. And of course, dope dancers to make that effect. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna set up the camera and everything and then just go through the whole process, I guess. And one more thing, I kind of want to explain what that effect is because a lot of you guys were confused. I posted this video on Facebook, on a lot of groups, and holy shit, you guys were nuts. I was literally getting like 30 to 40. I'm gonna explain you the effect. Basically, I was not filming a video. There was nothing to do with the video, basically. All I was doing was just connected the intervalometer to the Sony camera, and when I started taking pictures, it was just burst firing all the way through. Some people ask me like, how the hell did you do that? The dancers were dancing, were you doing that for like 20 seconds or something? No, actually, since my SD card isn't really fast, I could only shoot from 5 to 7 seconds, so we really had to plan out all the movement, and yeah. Couldn't shoot for a long time. Anyway, I'm gonna set everything up and then, yeah, we're just gonna go through the whole process. And as I said, it's gonna be very easy, actually. Okay, so let's go over everything. Here's the intervalometer, the gimbal, and the camera. This is pretty much it. When I'm shooting, I'm always holding the intervalometer in my hand. I don't know, it just feels safer that way. But, yeah, just listen to this. Before I say action, I just press the start button on the intervalometer and my camera does this. It just keeps shooting rapidly for 5 to 7 seconds, and some of you might think it's not enough, but in 5 to 7 seconds you can actually get a lot of dope shots. Like, they can come up with amazing combos within that time frame. Let's talk about the camera settings a bit. I always shoot in RAW, so that I have a lot of room to play around with the settings in post, and then I keep my shutter speed to around 500 because the dancers are moving quite a lot, and I do not wish for any unnecessary blurry movement in the image, or else warp stabilizer might go whack afterwards. I mean, come on, we've all been there. I keep my aperture to around 5 to 7, so everything is always in focus, even when I move back and forth, and ISO, as always, I try to keep as low as I possibly can. That's it. I do not leave it on autofocus. I always kinda, let's say this is gonna be my starting point where I'm gonna start filming, and I'm not gonna go closer than this. Right, so I just choose the middle point, which is around here, and I focus on them, and yeah, I switch to manual focus. Don't leave on autofocus. 3, 2, 1, action. Yeah, pretty much we got all the shots. That's all to it. Literally, you don't need to do anything anymore. But, however, I'm going to show you one more technique. Maybe you don't have a gimbal or an intervalometer, and yeah, you might think like it's impossible for me to do this effect. Actually, there is. And let me tell you a little secret. When you're doing handheld, it's just you can't really move while taking pictures because it's going to be way too shaky, and warp stabilizer is not going to be able to fix it. However, you can do minimalistic pans and tilts, or even rolls, and it's gonna look good. Like I did a shot like that in the previous edit, and it turned out great actually. So we're just gonna try a simple panning movement and a simple roll movement to prove that it's possible to get this effect by just doing handheld shots as well. Okay, you're gonna have to do it twice. Yeah. Go. Yeah, hopefully that's gonna be all right. And yeah, all we need to do now is basically editing. Okay, so first things first, you gotta go through the classics. Import your photos in Lightroom, edit them, render as a sequence, and import them as a sequence in Premiere. I actually like to slow it down by 30 to 50% because if you look at the clip at its full speed, it's just, I don't know man, it looks weird. It looks really, really weird. Not sure if I like it. I think it's a little bit too fast. So yeah, just slow it down by like 50% and it should look pretty nice. Next the clip, and now let's get to the magic of this. Apply warp stabilizer, and now enjoy some of the finest magic you will ever see. I mean, look, before adding warp stabilizer, it definitely looks cool, right? However, it's a little bit too much jitter going on everywhere, right? I don't know, it's just very uncomfortable to look at it. But after adding warp stabilizer, it just looks so juicy. Like, how the hell? What just happened? It looks like it was shot on a slider, but the dancers are just jittery. I don't know how this happens. I'm not even sure how this works myself, but I mean, it definitely looks dope. And now all you gotta do is just play around with these clips and it should be good to go. I'm just gonna show you a couple of examples we made here, and yeah, I think it looks good. Seriously, I wish I could tell you more, but that's all there is to it. As you saw, I think it's as simple as it gets. It's not that hard to do, so yeah, just go ahead and try it for yourself. I think you will succeed, because when I tried this idea at first, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I thought everything would fail and I would just be like, okay, this doesn't work, but in the end, I somehow made something new to me, and that actually inspired me to try out more, and now I definitely know that it's all about experimenting and trying out new things. For those who will actually do something and create this kind of stuff, like, I really want to see your results, so I would appreciate if you could upload this on Instagram and with the hashtag, let's say it's gonna be called hashtag jittery jukebox. I don't know, that just popped in my head somehow, I don't know why, but anyway, if you make the video, write down this hashtag, and I definitely want to see what you guys will create, and probably later I'm gonna create a video showing how you guys created this result, you know, basically create a compilation or something. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and you know the drill. Peace out.